Welcome into my office. Brian here with you. Let's examine this 19th century scrap album. The binding is in rather poor condition and the paper has age-browned. The front cover, as typical for albums of this era, has basically come detached, and so it is loose, like so. The spine flaps loose, and it's just attached to the rear cover by these original binding strips. The beautiful embossed cover here is very typical of the 1880s and 90s era. The paper is also typical of this type of period in that it is a newsprint paper that is quite acidic, and so over time it tones and becomes brittle. The good news is that these chromo-lithographed trade cards and images within the album are printed on a heavy paper with an oiled ink surface, and so it is unaffected by the paper. And not only that, but these images would all soak free from these backing sheets if you so desired. This type of paper here can withstand being soaked in slightly warm water, and because the glue of this era is almost always just an organic based glue, it readily floats free whenever it's applied to the back of just about anything. Let's now just basically stroll through the album. I'm going to turn all the pages and so you can see every image within it. You've already looked at several that are like this here, very racist, typical of the era. It is what it is. As I turn the pages, you'll notice that sometimes they're flaking. The album will do this. It is irrelevant, really, to the value of the album because the paper will do this no matter what. And I should think that the value here resides in both the accumulation of all these wonderful color images, as well as the fact that this shows how somebody assembled them and what they thought was aesthetically pleasing, what they had access to. It appears some of these are book plates from juvenile or children's books, and others are cut out of Lord knows what. Some are like issued as premiums or trade type cards. Some of these are what appear to be book illustrations. This would be like a trade card most likely, and these are more of the African American images. Okay. Some nice ones here of frogs. Here we are. Yeah, this is actually a very good and scarce little booklet at one point, but now someone has turned it into images. That's a famous work. Here's some more of these. It's a nice album, nice assortment of quite a number of large images. It's a nice album, and if it appeals to you, it is available now online from me, Brian DeMambro.